It's Nikole from Nikole Beauty Co. Stay tuned for my special review. Hey guys, we are going to be reviewing a Violet Voss Best Life palette. Now this is a very bright color palette. If you do not like bright colors, this is not the video for you because I'm totally diving in. Violet Voss was founded in 2016 and it is a partnership and it was founded by makeup artists. I looked high and low. I could not find the names of the makeup artists. All it said was it was founded by makeup artists and that they became famous based on Instagram and their glitter and their false lashes, and then they went into palettes. Now on the website it says that their products are cruelty-free, but this product does not have the cruelty-free bunny on it, and this palette does not have the cruelty-free bunny on it, which makes me suspect, you know, that it's not cruelty-free. And I bought this palette on December 10th. It arrived on December 13th. I bought it through Sephora. So Violet Voss, if you buy it directly, their return policy is they don't have one, they don't take returns. But of course Sephora does. So if you buy through Sephora, you're covered, you can return it. If you buy through them directly, apparently you cannot. This palette consists of 21 pans. There are 14 pans of eyeshadow and 7 pans of high glitter, which are labeled as eyeshadow as well. To me, I don't know that I would use them on my eyes. I think I might use them as cheek toppers. I'm certainly not going to apply a glitter adhesive on my eyes. I just don't see that working out well. So you get a phenomenal amount of product. Best Life retails for $49, contains 21 pans, and the total weight of the palette is 34.3 grams, putting your per gram cost at $1.43. Incredibly reasonable. I ordered December 10th. I ordered through Sephora. I received it December 12th and I was updated with a tracking number. Now Violet Voss also has a website, Violet Voss, and you can buy directly from them. I probably would not recommend that. The reason I wouldn't recommend ordering directly from them is because they don't have a return policy. There is no return policy. Now on the website, they do list under their facts that their products are cruelty-free, but on the Sephora website, which is how I personally ordered, there is no cruelty-free call out. There is no cruelty-free bunny on the boxing or the palette, and of course it just came in a cardboard box and the palette looks exactly the same. I'm going to dive in with Peace, which is a very deep purple. This is kind of a milestone color. Well, color me surprised, that is purple. Next, I'm going to lay in a little bit of the blue known as Desserts. Next, I'm going to load in on Paradise. And dipping into Vacation. And back in Peace, just to kind of build that up a little bit. I'm back into my brush with Paradise.
And taking piece under the waterline. And diving in with Anastasia Beverly Hills liquid liner in black, I'm going to outline my upper lash line.
And we're going to go in with a little bit of Better Than Sex mascara from Too Faced.
And painting on a little bit of Living in the inner corner.
I really like it. Now this is obviously not a neutral look, but I think it is super fun if you like bright colors. If you like bright colors, this is a great palette. It is very similar to their other palettes. The cost per gram is fantastic. Now I would say that this large pan of glitter row, I do not personally recommend you use that on your eyes. It is incredibly granular. It feels like sugar. I mean, it feels like sugar. If you've ever done a sugar exfoliating mask, it's really harsh, and Cheeks is gonna be where it's at. I am not putting that on my eyes. But the other pans, the smaller pans of glitter, those guys, their glitter is fine. Those larger pans, that's a big hard no to me. Hard stop, not doing it. But I love this. I think it is really pretty. If you're curious about any of the cosmetics I didn't mention, I always list everything in my description box. So feel free to pop down there and see what my lipstick color is, or my foundation, or whatever you might be curious about. I absolutely love this, and I completely feel like I could be a Marvel villainess like Harley Quinn, and I am okay with that. So love it. But it's definitely not for those ladies who are wanting something subtle, because the colors are incredibly intense. They're highly pigmented. If that's what you're looking for, this is going to be a great palette for you.
And we're going to start out with my Bobbi Brown foundation and buff that in using my Blendiful. Still loving it, by the way. Next, a little bit of concealer. That's L'Oreal Infallible. Swish and Pop from Charlotte Tilbury and Love is the Drug for my blush. Kat Von D's Alchemy highlighter palette. We're going in the color Amethyst. Laura Mercier Translucent Loose Powder. And back into our Best Life palette. We're going to start out with Sunsets. Next, I'm adding a little bit of Cocktail on the outer lower lid. And using Paradise as a transition shade underneath the brow. Still a bit more Paradise swept under the lower lash line. And back to Sunset, and bringing that on the outer lower lash line. And using Love as the glitter, and that is an absolutely beautiful, actually truly stunning glitter. Just patting that on. And again, back into the love on the inner lower lid. And going into Friends, the inner corner highlight was also Love. Now we're going to use a lime green Colorpop cream gel crayon and Sephora Long Lasting liner in 06 Deep Brown. And using Penny by Fenty Beauty, the Honey Frost set. Better Than Sex mascara. A little bit of setting spray from CoverGirl. I'm going to dip into my Bobbi Brown Skin Longwear foundation. And buffing that in with our Blendiful from Tati Beauty. Pulling out our NARSissist Cheek Studio palette, going in the medium contour. Using our Jouer blush palette, we're going into the fuchsia. A little bit of Infallible Full Wear concealer. And some Laurier loose powder in translucent. Back to our Best Life palette. We are going to start out with the color Living and sweeping that on the lower lid. Going into Desserts, we're going to use that on the outer corner. Stamping that in. Again into Desserts. Sweeping those together just to erase any harsh lines. Going into Paradise, we're going to lay that under our upper brow bone and under the brow itself. And I am layering Parties on top of the Desserts. There's a little bit more of that party foil. And just gently blending that into the Desserts. Going back in with Living in the inner corner as a highlight. Layering back on Desserts and sweeping that on the lower lash line. Going back into Living and on the inner lower lash line, sweeping that towards the dessert. Using a cream gel liner in navy blue, we're going to lay that on the lower lash line and smoke it out. Using the light teal liner, we're going to put that on our waterline. Then using ABH liquid liner in black, we're going to line the upper lash line. Popping on Too Faced Better Than Sex mascara. And going in with the glitter Happy Hour, I discovered it does not blend at all, not even a little. And like the other glitter colors, it's completely rough, like sugar. I actually ended up, for the most part, blending it away to nothing because the glitter would not spread at all. And I went in instead with Living and used that as my highlighter. Then a little bit of KVD lipstick in a gorgeous metallic glitter purple, now one of my favorite colors. And a little bit of setting spray from CoverGirl. Now, I do have to point out, I really do like this palette a lot, but all of the large pan glitters are granular, rough, non-spreadable, and basically terrible. But the glitters in the small pans are great. So I don't know if that means that you would prefer not to buy this, because I do really like the lower pans, but the upper pans are a complete waste. So at least by weight, half the palette is useless. So that's just something to bear in mind. The lower pans are great, the upper pans, terrible.
As always, please like, comment, share, subscribe, and I will be back next time with another makeup review. Thank you for joining me. I appreciate it.